I feel like kids shows are becoming a lost art. I really do. I mean, when I was a little kid, like PBS was legitimately one of my favorite things to watch. Bill Nye, Ghost Rider, Square One, the creepy show with the mime. Like we had shows that were both entertaining and educational. What do kids have today? What, Sesame Street? No, that was ours too. I mean, what's theirs? Kim Kardashian. We had Carmen Sandiego. And look, I don't want to sound mean, although I don't care if I do, but when I talk to like younger people today, and they don't even know where fucking Russia is, well, I wonder if they'd be better off with Carmen Sandiego too. Like, stop watching whatever reality show you're currently numbing your brain cells with and YouTube some Carmen goddamn Sandiego. Maybe then American students wouldn't be ranked 36th in the world or whatever. Number one in fashion though. Watch some freaking MathNet, you little brats. Anyway, look, now I'm all upset and I've lost my train of thought. Point is, I'm grateful that I grew up with things like Carmen Sandiego. And I'm grateful for Mark from Rangeville, Australia, for sending us Where in Time is Carmen Sandiego for the SEGA Genesis, Australia. It's not a type of purse, you little brats. So look, I'll be real honest. Any kind of gaming type criticism that I might have had with this game, look, I'm throwing it right out the window because this game's freaking awesome. I had so much fun with this. It felt like 1989 all over again. And hey, you know what else? Guess what was one of the highest selling, most popular video games of the holiday season in 1989? Yeah, Carmen freaking Sandiego. Because back then, kids gave a shit. Even if our parents were obsessed with material wealth and cocaine, us kids were like, hey, I would love to learn all the way from Berlin down to Belize. Yeah. Odell Lake, too. Taught us how to fish, survive off the land. Basically, just catch a Dolly Varden. Anyway, if you are a young person, and I haven't offended you enough that you've left a poorly spelled comment and walked away, well, let me explain what this is. Carmen Sandiego was a series of educational games where you had to track villains around the world, or in this case, through time. Get a series of clues, and from those clues, you have to figure out where the bad guy's going. And by the way, Berlin and Belize are not always options, so you have to know more than just the theme song. Point is, though, it's a really fun game, especially when you're a kid. You know, it takes all the things you're learning in school, and it gives you something to do with them, you know? Even though it's just a video game, it's an awesome application of what you're learning. So, like, if a witness heard the suspect talking about the Ming Dynasty, where might she be going next? Well, when you're a kid, that sets off a little light bulb, you know? Like, oh, I know where she's going. We learned about that last week. For a game to do that is really cool. Of course, going back to it now, the game definitely has that early 90s, late 80s, green monitor Apple IIe kind of feel to it, like in terms of the design and the layout. But I don't know, maybe it's the nostalgia talking, but I think it looks okay. And actually, one of my favorite little touches was always the animations of the villains. So like if you're on the right track and you went to the right place, you get these little animations showing that your suspect has some henchmen nearby. And again, when I was a kid, that was just so cool. It was really exciting. It gave you a feeling of accomplishment, you know, and it also kept you playing because you felt like you were this close. So you really wanted to get the next clues right too. And remember, back then, you know, we didn't have Google. You know, you had to know this stuff, or use logic and piece together the stuff you didn't know, or use a research book like an encyclopedia. Which, by the way, the PC version came with an encyclopedia. Believe it or not, that was actually a lot of fun to play that way. So like, oh, you're getting clues in the game. Now you're cross-referencing in the encyclopedia. Felt like you were really solving a crime. You know, you're doing the research. You're singing a cappella, just like the pros. Just don't forget to get a warrant. Pros do that too. Gotta play by the rules, Gumshoe. I hadn't played this game, says the disgruntled old man, since, I don't know, 1993, 94 maybe? And I've never played it on the Genesis, so I was super excited when I saw this donation. Thanks again, Mark. Honestly, I'm usually pretty down on kids' games. They're usually the worst. But seriously, if you have kids and they play games at all, don't even hesitate if you find a copy of this. Just get it. Just get it for them. And actually, you know what? Even if you don't have kids, get it anyway. Square One Television may be off the air, but at the very least, we can still play Where in Time is Carmen Sandiego. Where in Time is Brøderbund? That's what I want to know. And can they please come back?